lap, so we we finished at 69, but here was our best lap. So we got heavy braking into the center S, hard braking, short shift to third, fourth, coming up through the gears, through curve of the sole, take the shallower line to get the shallower to DRS early through the straight, coming down, brake just before the 50-meter board, hard into the turning of Ciudad del Lago, to the exit of Ciudad del Lago, and coming uphill to Ferradura, past the 50-meter board, take a light brake, lift, and then accelerate through into the S section, coming up to the little fir tree. You take a short shift, come up to third, fourth gear, climbing up the gears again, coming up to Duckbill. Short shift again, get better traction, keep your car straight as best you can, coming into the Magulio section, and then take a wide entry to open up the corner of Yuncao and blast our way through the final, well, not really straight, but last all few turns to the start finish line. Take the shallower line to get the fastest lap time, and we come across the line to do a 1:06.759. If you want a breakdown of how setups work on this game, I did a more in-depth view on that on the Hotlap of Australia. So if you really want to know how the setups work, that is pretty much that self-explanatory of how it's changed from last year to this year's game. But as we look at the setups, this is pretty much how it is. So we got 2 7 wings from this year. It's a little bit different from last year. I did 2 6 wings, but 2 7 wings for me felt a bit more stable. 50-60 differential off throttle and on throttle. Camber is actually different from Australia, so this is fully all the way to the left for all of the camber and tow. So minimum camber, minimum tow is just for the actual turning of the car and gives you less tire wear, I would imagine, for the longevity of the run. Suspension is 111, 110, 13. So if you like your ones, it's all there. But 111, 110, 13 is the suspension. You got brakes at 100% and 50. Like I said before, you can change it to whatever you want in the bias, but that's basically how it is. I tend to prefer 53. That's 150. And tire pressures are now all minimum, as they were, well, actually pretty much as they were in Australia as well. So minimum tire pressures for all of that, and breakdown basically of the lap around Brazil. We're looking at the comments of Australia. I will go through the breakdown now, show you what to do and maybe what not to do around Brazil. So here you go and end at the finish line, and we go start our lap around Brazil. So we finished our last lap, and then we go start another one. Brake here at past the 50 brake point, and then you hit the apex, short shifted down, going through the gears up to 4th, 5th, and accelerating through to 7th gear, 8th gear, going through the straight. Now we're coming up to Ciudad del Lago. You brake past just before the 50-meter board, turn in at 5th gear, accelerate through. Coming up to Ferradura, you brake just after the 50-meter board. Lightly brake though. You could pretty much lift through the corner and take more power to the exit coming up to the S section. You heavy brake and you aim for the apex of the corner and take as much curve as you can, and then straighten your car up as quickly as possible coming up to the X section, and you come to the exit of the corner, you short shift as best you can. In our case, we took a little bit too much power and we had a little bit of wobble. But now you come down again, short shift as you can mid corner, getting the apex, and then powering down through as much as you can through Magulio, taking a wide entry now, coming up to the corner, and then you aim for that apex. Switch as you like apex, short shift mid corner of the apex, get better traction in the exit of the corner, then you accelerate through, take as much curve on the inside of the curve, and take a short line to run around Brazil, and that is pretty much how you do it.